old job is always causing stress. All I ever do is work, I don't get no rest. I know Thursday night is on the way. Down in troubled waters, Mike's where the bay. Pour me a drunk donkey IPA. Let that magic mango chase my blues away. I know that I'll be among my friends. The Mike's where the page goes live again. I ran into a friend uptown. Said that things were bad and he was feeling down. I told him Thursday's on the way. Leave me in troubled waters, Mike's where the page. We'll be pouring drunk donkey.
All right, good morning, everybody. Good song, Jerry. Yeah, that's my Thursday song.
Go chase our blues away. We know that we'll be among our friends.
It's a good one. Howdy.
Little Mike's where the page goes live.
All right, let's fade it away here. It's a good tune. Good morning. It has Thursday in it. I was debating playing it because we got a hurricane making landfall down in the Yucatan, but I played it anyways because it's Thursday. It's our Louie tune. Looney Tune. No, Louie Tune. Not Looney Tune. All right, we're clicking away here. Good morning. We got people. Let's see. Everything's working. YouTube's working. I see Shelly. I see Bill. I see Mike. What's up? Dream Girl 89. All right, so the bus is late again. So I'm watching Sarah again. Freaking every day this week, the bus has been an hour late. I did sign up for the text alerts, which you guys shared to me that Pinellas County offers. So I did get the text alert about 20 minutes ago. The bus is going to be 45 minutes late again. So she's missed 5 hours of school this week. Don't know what's going on. But if you need a job in Pinellas County, I'm sure they'll take you in a heartbeat. You could probably have like 85 speeding tickets they might take you. So, hey, good morning, Brandon Moore. What's up? Good morning, Charlotte from North Carolina. That's pretty funny. You got a name Charlotte and you live in North Carolina. What's up, Joel? Geez, I know. What's up, Lizzie? Jeff Limburger, Isaac Taylor. What's up, Greg Montgomery? Hey, Greg. Phil got his goodies. He was excited. Kyle Young. Linda down in Mexico. Hey, stay safe down there. We had a bunch of folks posting that they were in the Cancun, Cozumel area where Grace is now making landfall. And so we're thinking of you guys and gals down there. I know we got a lot of MWP fans going through Grace right now, literally right now. So we're going to go over all that. So we still have Grace to talk about. We got Henry, which is going to be, or Henri. Henri is the annoying, it's an ornery Henry name. It's Henry with an I. The H storm. With no H in the pronunciation. Hey, Tiffany from New York. We got a lot of New Yorkers watching. Long Island northward. Connecticut. This thing's pointing your way. Late Sunday, early Monday. We're going to be showing you all that. You know, we focus so much on the tropics and typical areas, and then lo and behold, we got a storm maybe possibly going to New England this weekend. This is Louie, by the way. He's not real. He's a stuffed animal. Oh man, Connecticut. All right, so we're going to talk about Henri Gordo First and foremost, big thanks to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, big supporters of the page here. They are based in Florida, just like me and Louie, and they are Florida natives like me. So we really appreciate their support. You can get all kinds of good stuff, even cigars and Coke and Sprite and cranberry juice and Hurricane Hunter beer. But great family-run place. They love us here at Drunk Donkey Nation. And I'm very blessed to have their support. So, all right. We'll put him down. We're gonna talk to Hunter now, because Hunter gets jealous. All right, you say goodbye, Louie. And then we're going to go right into it. I'm going to put up the radar here for... there's really no good radar sites. Belize had a radar, but it's not working, obviously, because there's probably a lot of traffic. But I couldn't get it to open this morning. All right, buddy. Jamelia Rooney, how's it going? You're going to get a little action up that way. All right. Are you ready to go, buddy? I got one more dog to show. So yeah, I haven't been able to find any really good radar. I did find Belize had one radar site, but it barely missed. It missed the northern side of the storm. So, but this is live radar on AccuWeather. Last one was 8 a.m. Central Daylight Time. And here's an animated look at the radars that came in. I posted a bunch of wind alert sites. There's a lot of sensors over 80 mile an hour. So it did indeed, maintain some of those big winds. It could have strengthened there at the last second too. We don't have an official word yet if it did reach 90 mile an hour or not. But we'll see here when they do their post-storm analysis. So the worst of it's gone, luckily, for the big heavy winds. There's still some outer bands heading up towards Cancun. Landfall was earlier today. I posted that. Now here's a good site. This is a wind alert. Windalert.com. We still got, let's see if I can put the Gust Map on. I gotta probably log in. I don't know my login information. Here we go. I mean, this is some of the latest stats. I'll just leave those up. This was Cancun. We actually had a supporter fan yesterday say that they were blowing it off in Cancun like they weren't going to get anything. Well, this Cancun wind alert, there are several spikes at 80 mile an hour winds starting overnight when the storm approached. Started to see the winds go down a little bit this last hour. So if you're listening and you're down in that coastal area, the worst is past. And but we did see 80 mile an hour. And then we got other sites here. This winds are slowly dying. Wind direction slowly changing. You can see the wind direction still coming in hard from the southeast. But that's indicating that our low pressure system is starting to curve, and we'll start to see these winds start coming out of the south soon, and then eventually they'll start blowing from backside. So that's that. It's going to yeah. Here, Henry, you were down there way windy. I bet it was, man. You just want everybody just rather hear you snort. What's up with that? He actually looks big, but he's really not. He's a little guy. I mean, when you compare him to my hand, look how little he is. So say goodbye to Hunter. Say bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. My camera keeps going off. Remember, I'm watching the bus cam because the bus is late again. So I'm gonna have to chase a bus like I was chasing Tropical Storm Fred earlier this week. So there's really no good radar. This is the winds, slowly weakening, obviously, now it's over land. The latest 8 o'clock advisory from the NHC said this: Grace moving inland over the Yucatan Peninsula. Strong winds continue through the day. Winds are now estimated to be 75 mile an hour. So at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time, just an hour and a half ago, it was still hurricane over land. 989 pressure. So you got some few more hours left if you're down that way. So all right, so there's another warning now that they're going to be posting probably 11. Central Mexico, storm's going to re-strengthen and unfortunately going to make another direct hit as a hurricane later Friday into Saturday. So Central Mexico gets it next, and there's a chance this thing could pop up on the other side and maybe regain tropical characteristics. And if it did that, it would remain Grace. So there's an outside shot this thing could still go to the Pacific side. But there's a lot of mountains down that way in Mexico, and we'll have to see about that. But if it does keep its core in spinach, then it would retain the name Grace. All right, we'll just take a couple quick looks at it. Spaghetti models are good. Weather nerds here. This is a good look at the IR. You can get a good sense of what's happening. Still got some convection fire, and you can see the counterclockwise. We still got some heavy bands out here in the Western Caribbean that they're going to be coming up. So still expect some squalls rolling in later today as this sucker moves across the Yucatan. And that's a current look. We can look at visible satellite. We'll see if it officially got any quicker than 80, 85. We don't know yet. I think it was 80 when they said it made landfall. Here's a current look at IR satellite. Still looking pretty healthy. And like I said, we still got these bands here. They're going to be rolling in throughout the day for the next few hours at least. And they're getting fueled, of course, by the warm waters down there. So even though our core is moving on off to the west-northwest, we can still expect some squally weather throughout the day on the backside. So if you're down that neck of the woods, it's not going to be sunshine and vacation-y maybe tomorrow. This ought to be out of there by tomorrow, so that's good news. Cool. So that's kind of happened. It's happening. What do we got next? I guess we can jump right into Henry. And what do we got going on with Henry? Well, here's the latest maps on Henry. I'll show you that. We'll just leave these up. I sip on some coffee. Went to Salt Rock Grill last night in Oldsmar, and they had Tropic Pressure Big Storm on tap, and I had some. It was really good. Only had a couple of them. Had to wait for the 11 o'clock advisory. All right, so if you're watching on the East Coast, and if you're watching up in the New England area, you are now in the cone of uncertainty, and we have this possibility of Henry turning towards Connecticut, even Long Island. Pay attention. Massachusetts, obviously. These are your latest overnight models from Tropical Tidbits. CMC. This is the 18Z model run for Sunday, which is usually about like early afternoonish. Possible landfall. So this is Sunday. This Sunday coming up. They're all the 18Z timestamp. But we got your H Wharf. 974, you got 979 HMON, you got 970 Icon, you got 970 GFS, and 990-ish CMC. So there's 5 models, potentially still a hurricane. The NHC is expecting it to weaken. But here we go. Let's pull up the latest NHC. Here's the latest NHC. This was at 5 a.m. All right, so the NAC is expecting a little bit of weakening. Notice now the cone still includes a big chunk of Long Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and up northward. But the cone is anywhere that the eyewall can go. You have to realize that, and it's so deceiving to get focused on this center cone. So we might see another shift back west again at 11. The concern is a stronger system down here is going to trend a little bit more to the west side, meaning, stronger system more west. Weaker models are having it go more out to sea. So the stronger Onray gets, the likelihood of a more west track than an east track, which means impacts. Now, there's going to be a slowdown. We have a high pressure coming in from Canada that's going to block it temporarily. So into Monday, we could have some higher than normal rain totals that you might expect from a tropical system because it's going to slow down because there's a high pressure blocking. So the NAC is expecting cooler shelf waters to weaken. However, that's a big question. We've seen storms maintain intensity on cooler water. Hey Chris, what's up? Morning, Lucy, Nikki, Nicole. Traumatized by Florence. Yes, that was a freaky storm. It was a Category 4. So Florence was a Category 4 out in the Middle Atlantic under cool waters, and it formed where it shouldn't have formed. So I'm not sold on this cold water stuff in either of some of these models. And the waters are trending warmer than normal right now. These are your anomaly maps. So if you notice, the whole northern Atlantic is warmer than normal. And I'm sure they're taking that into account. All right, so this is a good map. Your earliest reasonable times you might see tropical storm force winds. They technically have the coastal North Carolina in it. Could get a stray squall line. That's not a direct hit. You're not in the cone. But this map shows you possibilities when you get some gusty winds. So Friday the 8th or 8 a.m. offshore still. But going into the weekend, Friday 8 p.m., Saturday 8 a.m., Saturday 8 p.m., and obviously into Sunday. I had some folks asking about New England or Long Island. Notice Saturday 8 p.m. is the earliest you might see tropical storm force winds. So that would mean the storm would be here, and it could just be a squall line. That's not where the storm center is going to be. It's where we could see squall lines start to come inland there. So if you got plans, on Saturday, likelihood Saturday is fine where the final impact's going to be. So planning your weekend, if you got Sunday plans in the New England area, then for sure I would try to move them up to Saturday. All right, so let's look at all the individual tracks. Let's look at spaghetti models. So we got the 12Z Suite just came out from Tropical. I love this time frame because the 12Zs come out like at 9:30 in the morning, right when we're doing this. Yeah, we'll show Quebec Mikey Wiki. We're gonna. I'll show you the individual pass here in a second. So hey Eric, what's up? Good morning, man. Julie's car, man, the air flapper for the passenger side's broken, I think, because we're not getting cold air. I think it's stuck. Now she's bummed out because the radio's acting up. One of the backseat heater things never worked. So you know what I'm getting at. For almost 50,000 miles. I'm like, oh god. The problem is, Eric, there's no freaking chargers in stock anywhere, man. Hey Nicole, we appreciate you too. We appreciate all you guys. How about that shout out by Jim Cantori yesterday? That was exciting. Hey Thomas, yeah, that's a great webcam. The frying pan cam off the East Coast there. Definitely. All right, let's look at the latest 12Z models. These just came out. And of course, I use Tropical Tidbits a lot. So here they are. And what do you see? You see a trend of a turn. We have high pressure coming in that's going to block. And look at these models trending. So just like we said yesterday, I think we're going to see a trend from the NHC back west again. They were pretty quick to go west, east, east. Now they're going to have to go west again, in my opinion. They're going to have to show that center line possibly making landfall there in Massachusetts. Now the big concern is this: slow mover, surge. Okay, slower moving system, low pressure system, 970 range possibly. We're gonna have surge. to deal with. So if you're, if any of these areas are prone for surge, this is going to be pushing water northward and kind of slowing down a little bit. So that means a constant push of water. If our low pressure is right here, we're going to get counterclockwise flow of just pushing water. So we'll see surge warnings. I would almost bet money. And remember, Sandy was only Category 1. Remember that. Hey, Loretta Reed, what's up? Good morning. I got Emily hooked on. Hey, what's up, Tony Billing? What's going on? Lemon Law. No, man, not at 50,000 miles. I'd beat the heck out of that car. Should have bought the extended warranty, though. I never keep cars this long. Full moon tide, not good, Nick. I did not even check into that yet. I'm glad you said that. Yes, Robert, I believe they're going to shift it a little west. And we'll look at the models and show you why. Surge in New Jersey, possibility, yes, because this thing's going to be skirting the coast. So these are your latest 12Z center line spaghetti models. These are all the computer models except for the Euro on this one. Euro's been out to lunch. Everybody's starting to realize the Euro's out to lunch. Euro used to be king. Now it's a step below king. Don't look at September 4th. Oh, God. Well, there is, listen, I know what you're talking about because end of the month, right? End of the month, they're showing Western Caribbean, Gulf possibly, right? We're going to get into that. A lot of ensembles. For possibly the end of the month for what's next, and there is a wave out there we're going to talk about. So let's focus on Onray. So this is the latest models, and we do see a little bit of shift back west. All right, here's a current look at Onray. A little bit of confusion on what really is going on with Onray. It's expected to strengthen. NHC has it officially going to 90 miles an hour. This is a current look. Still chugging along westward. It's supposed to turn eventually. It's going to feel the weakness that old Fred's creating in the northeast, and it's going to get pulled up on that weakness. That's why Fred is actually going to pick up Onray and bring him northward. It's a fascinating correlation. And you know why Onray isn't going any farther south? Because we got this big old high pressure system over the southeast. And you know what that brings? Heat. Look at this. High pressures bring heat. So surface charts tell everything what's going on in the environment right now. So we have high pressure. This high pressure is responsible for Grace going west. High pressure is responsible for the intense heat that you guys are feeling in the southeast, Louisiana, even Mississippi, a lot in Florida. These are current heat advisories for today. A big chunk of Florida, hot. South Georgia, hot. H means hot. But we have Fred. There's a weakness here. So there's no way that Onray can go south. Onray is going to feel this weakness and get pulled up. But then this high comes in, blocks it, and we have this turn that we see. And I keep calling it Sandy 2.0, but it's kind of the same scenario. We're watching the timing of a high pressure system that could turn Onray to the northeast. All right, so I don't think this map's live yet. It will be soon. So remember, 48 hours out is when NHC starts issuing advisories for the tropics. So, I'm careful to use this site. It's a great site. It's Coastal Emergency Risk Management. It's kind of somewhat official, but we're starting to get surge values based on the current NHC track. And you can find this back on my site here, about halfway down, Sierra Coastal Surge Map. And you can get an idea based on the current track currently, what kind of surge values you might be looking at. So it's kind of a useful tool. Obviously it's showing north of Long Island. This is because of the counterclockwise flow we talked about. When we have a slow moving system and these winds are coming in, we could have high surge values, regardless if this thing makes a direct hit to Long Island or not, even if this thing does that, these surge values are going to be strong on its trek northward. So some of these surge things are already starting to show up. Orange is 6-7 foot possible, and you can actually click and get a little bit more info, I think. If you click on that, there we go. And I don't know if this includes tide value. So remember, or tide plus surge is storm tide. So you add surge to tide, and you get obviously higher numbers. So, inching in all 7 foot for some spots. So anyway, that's something to watch. Once 48 hours out, let's see. So that would be Sunday night, Sunday afternoon. So probably Friday afternoon, Friday, Saturday. So probably tomorrow we'll start to see watches posted for New England area tomorrow. Here's a current look too, by the way, of Grace. Grace made landfall. Still 8 o'clock Eastern advisory. Still had it as a hurricane. We still got some nasty squalls out here to watch. They're going to be rotating in, but it's going to end up in southern Mexico, middle Mexico, or central Mexico tomorrow, Friday night, Saturday morning. So we'll get reports coming in from Cozumel northward. What kind of damages they might have had from Grace. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. And in the long range map, look, no crayons out in the Atlantic. So nothing. African dust, strong, sow. So far the NHC is not picking up on anything to worry about, which is good. There is a CMC showing our wave currently, possibly coming across, only the CMC. And then, like I said, the end of the month, we're kind of looking here 10 days from now. We'll get into that at the end. So, all right, what else is going on? It is moving like a snail. Who's that? Grace? I don't know. What is the final speed on that Grace? I don't know. Let's see what Grace is doing. I think it's moving decent. 17. Not bad. Oh, you're talking about Henry, maybe. Henry's moving a little slower, maybe. It's 9. There's Henry. Expected to start making that turn. All right, so let's look at a couple things. Let's look at ensembles. These are great. These pick up trends. These pick up possibilities. Here's the latest 00Z. These are on weathernerds.org. So these are all your European ensembles. Notice two things here. Dark colors are a weak system. Stronger system are your yellows and oranges. And what everybody's talking about is a stronger system is going to end up going more west before that turn. So that's signs we got to watch. If Henri intensifies, then the Euro is saying there's a better likelihood of this scenario than this scenario. So a stronger system on the Euro, quite a few ensembles pointing towards the west to watch. Even though the Euro is out to lunch, it's still showing the same thing. Latest GFS ensembles is 06Zs. These just came out, and kind of the same thing. Look, quite a few of the stronger members started to pull a little bit to the northwest a little bit. But there's still a chance it doesn't make impact. It's just the trends are what you're looking at. And unfortunately, let's go ahead and dive right into it. Let's look at our favorite tracking site. We'll just leave it right here. I can fast forward it. Look kind of cool. We're going to look into it. So this is hey Mike, yep, Jeffrey. I believe we're going to see a crossover. So there's a lot of what if scenarios I see people asking, but I like to show the models, show the trends, show the timing. And when you get a lot of model support like we're getting, then nobody in Florida should be asking if it's going to come your way. But here's what we're going to see. We're going to see this Fred opening the gap, lowering pressures a little bit. There's our high pressure in the Atlantic. That's going to help accelerate. Oh, I forgot Sarah's out there. She's still there. See, I'm watching Sarah. See, there's Sarah. I keep forgetting about poor Sarah. 4 days this week. She's had to wait on the bus an hour. Poor girl. All right. So here's tomorrow. High pressure system is going to start accelerating our system northward. Kind of feeling the effects of Fred. This is old Fred right here. Fred is dead, but still packing some punch, man. New York yesterday got a lot of rain, a lot of storms. And then what we got here is this. All right, see this high pressure system? This high pressure system right here, it's going to bend down, and all the models are predicting this. So what this is going to do is it's going to slow our system down and possibly kick it a little bit more to the west before it allows it to accelerate out of here. So you'll see that right here. Unfortunately, GFS showing 957. That is incredible. So 957 pressure. The GFS has been consistently showing a developing system over that Gulf Stream. Remember the Gulf Stream? There's no dust out there right now. We'll show you that in a second. But there's no sow. Waters are warmer than average. So 957, man, that is no joke. And this would be Saturday night. You'll already be feeling the effects of coastal action on Saturday night as our system starts to get close. Saturday night. And so here's Sunday morning, 965. High pressure blocking. And Saturday night slows down, 980. A little weakening. It's already made landfall. We'll zoom in closer to that here in a second. But this is my concern more than anything. Well, wind for sure, surge. My concern that's not being talked about. So here's Sunday morning, and here's Monday morning. So that's a lot of storm action for 24 hours. That's going to be a lot of squall lines, a lot of wind, a lot of surge, a lot of water pushing. We're going to go through tide cycles in that 24-hour segment. When I was up there with Fred last weekend, they were on low tide. So all those videos that I captured, luckily for that area, it was already low tide. But when you have a system that's sitting right offshore, it's going to experience high tide, low tides. So we're going to see periods of high surge continue if this thing slows like that. All right, so there's Monday afternoon, and then it starts to accelerate out of here. Here's Tuesday morning. It's already weakening. A lot of folks asking about Maine and Nova Scotia areas, but it's weakening there in 1004, 1007, and then it kind of gets beat up. So no big storm past New England. All right, that's the GFS. All right, let's go rewind it. Let's go to the Canadian model and see what it's showing. A little weaker. Good news. This is Friday tomorrow. It's Saturday morning, 998. So it is developing it. 997 turns a little bit in the coast. Here's Sunday 12 in the morning. Sunday morning curves over land, and again here's Sunday morning, Monday morning. Very little movement between Sunday morning, Monday morning. So 995, it weakens it, and then it pulls it out of here as a sloppy mess. So land really, if it makes landfall, both the GFS CMC are showing dissipation. Icon, 1002, 1001, 1000. This is Saturday night. All the timing is exactly the same. Saturday night, here is Sunday morning, 989. Turns into New England Sunday afternoon. And here's Monday morning. So look, Sunday morning, Monday morning, and then it weakens it, and it pulls on out of here. So the common theme is an approach to New England, strengthening, a slowdown, and nothing much past that. The overnight 00Z on the icon runs a little longer. This one showed strengthening 994, 992. Turns in. This is Sunday morning. This is Monday morning. So it just kind of parks over there, and then it takes off. So past, if we do get a landfall, it doesn't look like it's going to be much to worry about. So everybody asking past this initial concern doesn't look much after that. Now the euro, they're all kind of discrediting, but it actually came around. Everybody else is thinking. Overnight, here's Saturday night, 995. Sunday night, kind of a landfall. This only goes out every 24 hours. But the important thing to note here is this. This is Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. So very little movement on the euro. Then it finally gets on out of here. So you see the theme. I love consistency when we're talking models. So, all right, let's zoom into the what the HWARF is showing, because the high resolution HWARF. Now, again, this trouble tidbits. These are free sites that Levi has, and you can see all the links right here. I have paid sites that I post a lot of, but I use Levi's because you guys can use them too. And he's got a donate and patron. I'm a big patron of his too, by the way. So don't be afraid to click that. Tell him you're fans of MWP, and he'll appreciate it. So let's go to Onray and look at the big bad HWARF. Always aggressive. It's showing, well, the GFS is aggressive now, but there is the HWARF. 972 Sunday morning, weekends at some 989. This is Monday morning. So the HWARF even slows down. Here's Sunday morning and Monday morning. Same general path. Let's look at estimated radar here. Gives you a really good indication of what we could see. Squall line goes. So this is overnight. This is overnight, Saturday night. See, really no squall lines yet. This is early morning Sunday. We start to see some squall lines possibly reaching. Here's Sunday, Monday. So it's going to be a big rain event Sunday to Monday, into Tuesday possibly. I mean, this is the same pattern. Stalling. This is Sunday morning, Monday morning, Tuesday morning. Then it gets on out of here. All right, so that's pretty strong. Let's take a look at the HMON, and it's showing this same general area, 980. This is Sunday, a little later actually. This is Sunday afternoon. But you can see the general paths are very close. Here's high resolution GFS showing 964 Sunday morning. And there's 970 landfall, which would be pretty strong system. All right, well, there's that. Let's close that one out. Let's look at heck, I don't know. Let me see what you guys are saying. This is like reminiscent of us watching Sandy years ago. I was still doing this. I started the page in 2009 on Facebook, and we were doing Sandy. I'll never forget. Thank you, Carolina girl. So we got good agreement. So let's take a look at some things here. Like, let's look at Windy. So Windy's kind of got, Windy only has the Euro and GFS, and now they have the icon. So we can look at the icon. Let's look at wind gusts, I guess. So let's zoom in here to Onray. And let's go to the GFS. So here's tomorrow, 2 p.m. Starts to make that trek north. This is Friday, 10 p.m. So tomorrow night, we're already starting to see, you know, some of these reaching the East Coast. These are waves. But by tomorrow, even though Henri's over here, we're going to start to see coastal impacts tomorrow night. And let's see here. So as Henri goes north, strengthens. This is Saturday, 2 p.m. And this is when we'll start to see the surge become an issue, about right here. Watch the little arrows pointing. So not only do you get surge from the storm moving northward in general, the bubble of water that naturally gets pushed, you know, you also have counterclockwise flow at the same time. So you get a combination of the winds pushing waves, and you get the combination of the counterclockwise winds also pushing. So this is Saturday night. And this is Sunday at 4 a.m. We can really start to see the wind gusts picking up. This is your wind gust map. Your chart 20 to 30 is like orange. This stuff here is the big stuff. And the GFS doesn't really ever show you very, well, it's 80s right now, but I don't really buy the wind gust map on the GFS. It just kind of shows you, though. All right, so anyway, here's, and then we go to like Sunday, let's say 10 a.m. There's the big stuff. So I mean, you know, that's a big chunk of New England there. Even Long Island's still getting winds. I mean, this is Sunday morning. A lot of surge. Heading straight towards possible landfall Sunday. And the euro, like I said, it's a little farther off, but it gets it awfully close. Same time frame. But the icon is showing landfall too. So we're seeing all the models, you know, more models than not are predicting some sort of impacts with a last minute curve possibly before it stalls and then it gets on out of here. So very interesting stuff. So surge plus tides is storm tide. We saw that a lot here with Ada. Sarah, oh yeah, Sarah. Thanks for the reminder, Chrissy. She's still right there, see her? Poor girl. Man, I can't believe 4 days in a row. Well, it wasn't Wednesday because Julie's off on Wednesday, so she got a ride to school. Yeah, Cindy, who would have thought that we're talking about a potential hurricane hitting New England soon? Nothing's coming in the Atlantic, Steve. I'll show you that here in a second. So sellout 19. Yeah, I don't know I don't know. Well, we can look at the surge. Let's look at that. So I have some surge maps that show you worst case scenarios. Below that Sierra page right here, surge map, surge potential, storm surge. So right there, you can click on that. We can take a look at that just for example. So glad you brought that up. There's so much I forget sometimes to talk about. Let's say category 1. Here is some of your map. Well, let's just go to, that kind of gives the color a little more. So, you know, category 2, worst case scenario, I guess. Any areas in red could be 9 foot or plus. These little low-lying areas are areas that could be covered. Obviously, the barrier islands here that stretch out. But this is, you know, any red, orange colors would be possibly on a category 2. Now that would only be like now even category 1, let's just leave it right here. So anything orange is 6 foot. And this, and trust me, this is all related to like landfall. Like, you know, this is the worst case scenario. You know, you get a path like that. Obviously, this area is more accurate, but it's a very tricky map because, you know, if a storm goes over here, then even though we might have a Cat 1, you know, passing by, these don't equate. So these are like worst case scenarios on a direct landfall. But it gives you an idea what you could get given the right circumstances as far as track. But a category 1 orange, you know, we got a lot of areas obviously, even into Long Island here. Hey. This is like an hour he starts snoring loud. Then he stops. No, then he doesn't. So there you go. I mean, you know, we got, you know, Edison. I know where that's at. You know, we just got to watch this kind of stuff. I mean, you know, we'll see storm surge watches and warnings of, I guarantee it, on a category 1. Another map I got is a surge potential map. This one is put out by NOAA. That dog kills me. This is more, let's see, legend. I think, let's go to base maps. Here we go. Active layers. I don't really know if we can turn down legend. Well, anyway. High tide flooding. I like that. Storm surge. Oh, there we go. See a little slider bar on the bottom? So cool, man. So category 1, another good site. Kind of shows you on a category 1 areas that could be susceptible to surge. This would be a category 1 coming in at the right angle here for Long Island area. And of course it stretches out to the Cape here. So, you know, category 1, man, you know, there's a lot of areas that could be underwater. And we're going to have a high tide apparently, and it doesn't really matter because this thing's going to be sitting out there, so it'll make high tide eventually. So a lot of areas potentially could be underwater on category 1. These are roads, so these are definitely addresses. And it looks like, you know, this whole general area, I mean, it just looks like it's coming. And it's just going to sit out here for a day or two, and then it's going to take off again as a weaker system. And again, these maps are right here if you want to look at them. Surge map, surge potential. Right there. What else we got? Jamelia, where's that? Hyannis Port. I don't know where that's at. I got to look it up. You talking about for storm surge? Hey. Is that where you're at, Jamelia Rooney? Wow, you might, if that's where you're at, Jamelia Rooney, you might have a sucker barreling down right at you. Let's look at, okay, so here we go. We're going to take a look at that. Let's just leave that map up. Let's go over here and take a look if I can find it on this map. So, right up there off the Cape. So somewhere, let's see, there's Hyannis. That might be the same spot. I assume that's probably it right there, right? See the little gully way there? Let's see if I can see it. Let's see. So we got a little doot. So now we're looking for a doot. All right, there it is. Hyannis Port. I found it. All right, so let's leave this up. This would be category 1. There we go. Oh, well, let me zoom in. That stinks. I have to pull out a little bit. Well, you're not too bad area. Coastal, yes. Darn it, why can't we get any closer than that? Their default goes away. Well, shoot. Let's look at another one. Now that I know where it's at. Alright, so let's zoom in here and see if I can find it again. I hate these storms that end up in areas I'm not familiar with because there's category 1. Alright, so here's your port, Jamelia Rooney. Just because you've been a fan forever, this area right here, so must be a little higher elevation for you right there, right? Coastal areas, yes, but that'll leave right there. So there you go. All right, well, listen, so we got a lot to watch. Sellout, you said the Boston meteorologists are being very cautious. Well, I tell you what, I would show them the fact that almost 5 models from overnight are showing, you know, this is real double Z, you know. And listen, models stink this year, I'll admit, more than anybody, but I used to share models that were 10 days out, and I believed in them. 10 days out. This is, today's Thursday, this is Sunday, so the modeling shouldn't be that bad, you know. So we got some big players, HMON and HWARF on the bottom, but even the Euros inching that way, and the latest Euro ensembles are kind of, even the Euro ensembles, even though the main operational run is going out to sea, the stronger models are trending west, which Henri stays stronger down here, then definitely, you know, the stronger that Henri is down here, then more likelihood of more of a west track on the Euro. So, but we got a new update 11. We'll see what they say, right? Let's look at long range real quick. Washington State's calling me. Should we do a prank call? Nah. So long range real quick. Let's look just for fun. We have long range GFS showing, I think they're showing down in the Bay or Western Caribbean. Right there. A long way away. This is the 29th. So this whole general area, the end of the month, has been kind of sniffing something. It's either a wave coming across that gets a little energized or some, you know, but we are getting ensemble members starting to pick up the end of the month. That's, you know, that's 10 days out. But, you know, something to think about. 10 days out, Euro showing 1,008 right there. The CMC showing, you know, a little bit of lowering pressure 10 days out. So it could be a spot to watch. The ensemble map here, let's take a look at that real quick. This is for down the road. We'll take a look at the Gulf. Zoom in on the Gulf here and see, you know, a couple ensembles on the Euro. You know, this is August 30th, so not a lot. They bounce around. The GFS showing a few more. You know, August 30th. So, you know, just take it with a grain of salt. I mean, that's kind of showed it yesterday. This is kind of the area that could spawn something toward the end of the month, just because of what the models are showing. And currently, all we got really out there is a wave that the CMC is picking up on. You can see it here on this map. That's CMC, 22% chance. That would be a little wave that you can see on the main model run here, coming across. But man, it is really no strong signatures. You know, here's 10 days out maybe, but there's a lot of maybes. There's no confidence. We can't even get storms right that are 2 days out. We just know peak of season's coming, and any wave's got to be watched. So that's for sure. One more. I guess we can look at one more map here. I like to look at is the even though. Oh, I hear something. I think. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Back. Hey, good thing the bus has air brakes on it. I wouldn't hurt it. He does bark, Bobby. Look at that. Got our koozies ordered for the supporters. All right. So anyway, one more model map here. We're gonna look at long range Euro, and then we'll slow down and chit chat a little bit. All right, so let's see if we got any sort of thing brewing in the Gulf here. So, yeah, little signature maybe on the Euro, but just not seeing it. You know, the Global Tropics Hazards Map did put out this wave forecast yesterday. That this week here we could, see potential development from a wave. A lot of models had it curving up a couple days ago, but man, this is not seeing nothing right now. So I don't know. I don't think we're gonna have anything in a little bit. There's still that big dust plume out there. In fact, I wanted to show that because it's part of the reason Onray is going to do well is we have zero dust or dry air ahead of it. And you see that right here. So let's go to it. We'll stop it right here. All right. So that's what we're looking at. So, all right. So it's all red stuff. This is all African dust and dry air. And any wave down here is very tough conditions for anything to get going because it ingests all this dry air. So these waves, small chance. But, over here, Onray got nothing. So conditions are definitely, a little more favorable for that part of it. And you look at other things like wind shear, little temporary wind shear now expected to die down once Fred pulls out. So the wind shear is expected to be reduced soon as Onray gets out from underneath it. So they're suggesting that the wind shear will be down, which is good. So we'll take a look at that real quick. I think we have to. I think I can look on this one. Nope, I got to do the big map. The big map. All right, we can do it on this one. So the wind shear definitely expected to lower down a little bit. We'll take a look at that. Little window for sure. Definitely upper level winds are going to become more favorable through the weekend. So here's Friday, Saturday. So definitely has a little pocket here, light upper level winds, which would allow some strengthening. So shear is definitely, at least on the GFS map, supposed to reduce some, and that's what the NAC is talking about. So. My nephew who lives in Boston. Oh, who's that? The sellout. We'll be live again tonight. Yes, I just don't know what time. We'll announce it. But you can always watch it. Yeah. Okay, what's up, Kitron? Yeah, listen. So ways to watch it. All right, right on the site, right here. Look, there's a replay button right there, right in the site. You can also watch it on Facebook. Facebook archives all my old posts, so you'll be able to see it. Also, if you have the app, you can watch it on the app, or you can go to YouTube on your phone. So, all right, you guys want to see future radar today? All right, we'll do that, and then we'll call it a day. Let's look at what's going on. So we got some storm chances today, by the way. I just had a buddy of mine, Dale Gillette, So they got hammered up in New York. This is a storm threat today. Fred's finally clearing out of here, but they're going to get round two Sunday, Monday, it looks like, from Henri. So who would have thought, if you live in New York, that you got affected by two tropical systems in a matter of 1 week? I'm going to post that online. Who would have thought the Northeast would have impacts from two tropical systems within a week span? That is something you don't see every day. Think about that. Yes, the hurricane hunters do fly into Northeast hurricanes. Yes, they do. Heck yeah. Definitely. Oh, Nick, that's my cousin, Nick. Yep, that's my cousin, Nick Johnson. But man, yeah, two tropical systems in 1 week. This is the storm prediction map for today. We don't see anything yet for. They're always slow to come up with. This is Saturday. They probably won't show day 4 yet. No. But in reality, Sunday, storm chances are going to be high on Sunday, regardless of they're not showing it now. But like I said, if you got plans up that neck of the woods on Sunday, I'd move them to Saturday as our storm approaches. And then future radar. Somebody asked future radar. Let's take a look at future radar today. I might have broke my record for tabs. Barryland, yeah, thank you. I hope you got something out of this. I try to cover everything, all the possibilities, I think, for the most part. HRRRRRRR. All right, here's the radar 2 today. We go to 12Z because it goes out 48 hours. I know it's kind of small, but there's our lingering Fred in the Northeast. This is today. And he pushes on out of here. Let's stop tonight. This is 8 o'clock tonight. And look, Florida storms again. We had classic Florida storms yesterday. Up and down the middle Florida, rolled westward. And why is that? Because we have high pressure system out here and the wind flow. So we had those classic thunderstorms last night, and we're going to have them again today. This is today. Today is 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Kind of an old frontal boundary that helped Fred get pulled northward. We'll be bringing some rain into the mid-Atlantic. Some rains for Texas here, upper Gulf states this afternoon. There's our Florida storms moving east to west tonight. And then we go to tomorrow. Just kind of normal stuff throughout the day tomorrow, Friday. And then don't really see 48 hours yet because it only goes out to Sunday. But we can look at maybe the NAM. Let's see what the NAM shows. NAM's not a very good tropical model. If you wanted a worst case scenario on tropics, you would show everybody the NAM. But I was going to see if we get... we can look at a wind gust map too for GFS for possibilities. All right, so here is the NAM. That's Fred going away. Oh, it's only at 29 hours. We got to go to 06. All right, so NAM goes out 60 hours. Nope, still not there yet. Still too far away for any mesoscale models. But we can look at this map. Let's look at some winds for possible wind gusts. Oh my God, I just went crazy there. I don't know what the hell I clicked. I gotta go backwards. GFS hourly. Northeast. Not used to clicking northeast for tropics. Something you don't see every day. All right, here's your wind map. So let's just take a look. So these are your GFS predicted winds. I guess, you know what? Let's zoom in. Oh, I can't on the 1 hour. Well, let me do GFS. No. Damn it. Well, anyway. There's let's see, there's your max winds. Kind of hard to tell though. It's really, but Brown, I mean, so it shows max wind gusts of 104 knots. That would be way out in the Atlantic because it does expect a little weakening. But Brown, 60, 70, light brown, 80 wind gusts. That's knots. That's based on the current NHC track. You could have 40, 50, 60 mile an hour gusts in the Long Island. But again, this is based on the last GFS run. Overnight 00Z, almost exactly the same. A little bit to the west. Hi, let me see. Hi, what else is going on? That's it. Code Brown, Mike Server Page. Devin, I don't know if they shrink. I don't think they shrink. But hey, get one. Mine only feel like they shrink if I drink too many beers the night before. So Jamelia Rooney, man, all these years of you in our site, you got a storm coming your way. I don't know. It just depends on how much beer you drink the night before, how much they shrink. So we got the all-important 11 o'clock advisory coming out here in a little bit. We'll see if the NHC shifts a little bit to the west. We're going to see, too. I don't even know if the hurricane hunters are out there. Let's take a look. I'm going to have to link the hurricane hunters here real quick. Let's see. Aircraft recon. Nope, nothing's going on. So they'll be going out there soon enough. Hadn't been the most impressive looking storm. Oh, that's Grace. As far as structure goes, got some shear beating it up a little bit, but we got lightning in the core. Lightning in the core is a sign of strengthening. Usually 9 times out of 10. Very odd looking system. It's got a lot of shear it's dealing with, but it's got plenty of moisture. So, for that perfect storm, you got to have all the scenarios. And you could get away with one out of the 3 or 4 conditions a hurricane needs. And this one's got plenty of moisture in the air, which is helping it. Hey, what's up, Jim Parker? No camping trips. I'm still trying to work everybody go to Labor Day. But Labor Day, what I just showed a minute ago. See you, Mike Soul. Say, hey, what's up, Montgomery? See you, buddy. Be good, man. What's new in the world? Anything? I don't know. No, last night. No chips last night. It was a good night. I actually stayed up and posted the 11 o'clock advisory and woke up in time for the 5 o'clock advisory. So isn't that kind of weird? Water temps, Sandy. Yeah, we can look at that. It's pretty bad when you wake up posting the 11 o'clock advisory and then you wake up at 5 in time for the 5 o'clock advisory. That would be 6 hours sleep. So water temps. So, this is your anomaly map. Waters are above average. The Gulf Stream, is a little bit of extra fuel for this sucker as it rides northward. So the Gulf Stream supplies a little bit more extra fuel. And the actual water maps here, we can click on and see temperatures. These are your anomaly maps showing, white is neutral, but oranges and reds are above normal. And then we go to sea surface temperatures. And you can see that they are cooler. So that's what the NAC's, expecting. All the models are expecting a little weakening before landfall. The question is, like the GFS 960, 970 millibar system is not going to weaken a lot. Remember, Sandy was a category 1. So don't get caught off guard if this thing, weakens. But that is good. So 24, 27. I mean, that is a big jump. So NHC definitely believes this thing's going to weaken. Now they only show 70 mile an hour, I think, is the last update. So not a lot of weakening, but this is what they're showing. So 90, 90, 70, 60. Now the 5 days out would be here. So, they're showing 70 here. And then 80 here. And then 90 here. But intensity is so wishy-washy. 5-mile-an-hour increase, then it's hurricane. So, but that's what they're expecting. Cooler waters, and especially the longer it sits over that. So the wind impact is the initial approach. Then it's going to linger. That's going to be the heavy rains. Surge is going to continue because of the pressure, and the storm itself is just going to sit out there. But as far as the wind speeds, cooler water should reduce as we go north. Should is the big word. I always pull up this scenario. Let me find it real quick. Let me see if I can log in to my Google Slides presentation here and look at Florence, because Florence, I think I have a temperature map when Florence was in the Middle Atlantic. And I did. All right, so Florence increased to Category 4 hurricane over 26 degrees Celsius water. And then yellow was 27. So it maintained Category 3 over 27 degrees Celsius. So arguably at 26, 27, it intensified in the Middle Atlantic. 26, 27. And this is a little cooler. So this is 26 here. So we can still have some strengthening, but those are cooler waters. So the question is how much it does decrease in strength. The models take into account water temperature too. But they're all showing, 9 under 1,000 millibar. So, and one graphic I always share, maybe it's not on here. Yeah, I think it's on here somewhere. This one. So only Category 1. Irene, Isaac, Sandy, Hermine, Matthew, Nate, and Florence were Category 1 storms when they made landfall. So if you remember any of those storms, Irene, Isaac, Sandy, Hermine, Matthew, Nate, and Florence were ones when they made landfall. So don't think only a one at all. So not hyping anything. Those are facts. Just to let people know this thing could turn up there and be a potential problem. So we'll see at 11. We'll see what they say. 11 o'clock new advisory. 5 o'clock new advisory. So 11 o'clock we get advisory. 5 o'clock we get a new advisory. Then 11 p.m. we get a new advisory. So there'll be 2 new cones coming out, 11 and 5. And this thing should be making that turn here overnight. By the morning, we should start to see, tomorrow morning, we should start to see this thing turning. Stronger system is going to turn hard. That's kind of what we saw with Irma. Stronger systems are going to trend a little bit more to the west, which models are showing. So lots to watch on that New England side for sure. And we'll see. We'll see. So Shelly, did you get your greenhouse done? That's the big question. Shelly's building a greenhouse. That's where she goes out there and bangs her head after dealing with me sometimes. What's up, Amy? How's it going, Atlantic City? Oh man, you were in. So did you know we were around then? Because we were tracking Sandy back in the day on the page here. I don't know if we were doing Facebook Lives then or not. They might not have had the capability to do Facebook Lives back then. God, you don't have to scream, Shelly. It was hot. Well, it was hot. Now you got a heat advisory today too. Sandy stalled. Well, this could potentially kind of do the same thing for at least a day. What's up, Ryan? Have a great day, Brew Crew. Sandy, I keep saying your name. I have a secret crush on Sandy. Yeah, I hate instructions, man. Isn't it funny? The older you get, when you get instructions, you just get frustrated like right away. It's like, oh my God. It's like, no way. It's like, come on. I hate instructions. What's up, Bobby? How's your site doing, by the way? I didn't read it today. Did you up one today? I always read Bobby. So Hurricane Harbor, I got her a link. She's got her own special link right here. Hurricane Harbor. So we got anybody new to the site. Check her out. She did post today. Look at that. Always on it. So definitely worth the read. A lot of history, a lot of music. She ended it with Jimmy Buffett. I can't play it. I'll get kicked off of the internet for playing music. But yeah, great stuff, Bobby. I really appreciate what you do. I know the whole weather world does too, especially on Twitter. So good stuff to read. Brings in a different perspective a lot of times that people aren't thinking about. Here's a look at Grace, by the way. Grace made landfall, cutting across the Yucatan. Starting to weaken a little bit. Gotten some dry air, coming across that land now. So that's good news. A little bit of weakening. Still got some big heavy bands out there that are going to roll into, looks like Cozumel northward. These are ongoing lightning. They're going to push their way in, but the big winds are at least gone. We got wind alert. We can take a look at that. See what kind of wind direction we're looking at now. It's always fun to see the progression of winds start to die down. This is really cool. Look, you can see winds, arrows, the barbs showing you the storm. So somewhere here is Grace, and wind alert shows you current winds. It's great. Obviously, the northern quadrant still packing some winds here as our system comes on by. Very light to the south because these storms are dying down, obviously crossing the land. So light winds to the south, strong winds to the north. We're going to start to see some heavier banding and winds now for the western northwest side of the Yucatan. As our system starts to pull out, we'll start to see more impacts on the other side and as this progresses. So cool beans. All right, well, locked into cruise, Greg. I heard all right, so listen, very important, type up MWPcruise.com, and we have a fun filled week with the best weather fans in the world are going on a cruise in March out of Cape Canaveral. I'm bringing the whole family. So's Phil and so's Shelly and Sandy. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Family friendly. A brand new Mardi Gras. So, man, check it out. We'd love to have you join the fun. It's a 7-day cruise. We have our own travel agency handling it. His name is Sean. His email's on the page. He'll walk you through everything that you need to know. There's a bazillion different packages. But he's been great. Just check it out. We can have a really good time. I'm looking forward to it because there's 0 hurricanes in March. Tornadoes are approaching Boston area. Yeah, I know. I'm afraid you guys are going to get a double whammy this week. Not good. Here's the current radar, but this is Fred. Leftover Fred is spinning storms. So there you go. Appreciate the update about Boston, but look, there we go. That's live radar, and that's seriously still Fred. You can see the counterclockwise rotation here. That's still Fred spinning away. So that area right there, obviously fueling as Fred comes along. You're going to get a double whammy. Fred on Thursday, on Ray on Sunday. 3 days apart. Who would have thought? Don't get a Lido deck. All right. Well, have a good day. I got a lot of updates to do. So 11 o'clock, new advisory comes out, probably 10, 15 minutes. We'll see what they say. I say a little track to the west. I don't think they're going to change intensity much. There's going to be a lot more confusion on the future track and this high pressure, and they're going to definitely, my opinion, start to really warn the Northeast of possible surge, slowing system with rain, and that'll be the most wordage at this point. I have a feeling strength will be the big question. How much it strengthens before that weakening. That thing enters at a category 1, then like I just showed that one graphic, it's just a category 1. We'll still have serious possibilities like we've seen in the past with areas that are prone to that. So, all right. See you guys in the morning for sure. Same time, same place, 9:19 a.m. Eastern. Might do one later tonight. Don't know my schedule yet, but we'll post it. Or it'll be a surprise. All right, we'll see you guys.